Hello. Uh, in the last couple of days it's been real cold here, and I've been doing something new to keep warm when I'm lying in bed. And I think part of the reason I need to keep warm is because my ears get cold, because I cut my hair from around my ears so that I could hear better, that my hair didn't cover my ears. But sometimes when I'm lying in bed it's cold. But one thing I've been doing is my blankets are long enough that they will come up over my head. And in the past I wouldn't have put them up over there because I was thinking I wouldn't be able to breathe very well. But in the last couple of days I have been putting them up over my head. Well, most of the time in bed I lie on my side, my right side or my left side, and I found that putting them over my head, my ears and the rest of my head stay warm, and I can breathe sufficiently well. I think maybe when I put them over my head, somehow when they're over my head, there's a gap somewhere where air is getting in, a gap between the blankets and the mattress. I think maybe because they're on my head it raises it above the mattress and creates a gap, and enough air does get in. So actually it works pretty well. Now, at times I've been wearing a beanie to keep my ears warm in bed, and that's okay too, but sometimes I misplace the beanie, or I misplace the beanie. I'd like to keep it by the side of my bed, but it gets away from there, or it's under some papers perhaps, or I don't think of it and I just fall into bed tired, and then I realize, hey, my arms are cold, and it's kind of a hassle to try to grope over and find the beanie. So just putting the blanket over the head works for warmth, but I occasionally lie on my back, and I was putting the blanket over my face and head then too, and I could breathe, but it was a bit more strained. So for lying on my back I didn't like it as much, and I took it off my head, and that worked in that case. But that could be I never actually fall asleep on my back, I just lie and rest. So it might not be, somehow when I'm lying and resting it usually isn't that cold. I don't know why. That's a good question. Why? And I'd have to think about that at some length. I know that when I'm lying on my back, it's usually after I've been sleeping a while on my side, and then I wake up and I'm just lying in bed resting but not asleep, and then I might roll onto my back for a while to rest. But for whatever reason it's warm enough at that point that I can stand it with my ears. Anyway, as a general rule, you could keep that in mind as an idea for how to stay warm in bed, to pull the blankets up over your head, face, etc.